What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. The other day, we were talking about some of the silliest fads we've gone through, and it kind of still exists. And I used to get slammed for talking bad about this movement, but it was the no-fap movement. What is the no-fap movement? Essentially, dudes think that ejaculating or masturbating is bad for you and shouldn't do this or it'll kill your gains. My immediate response was, masturbation is a means to ejaculation. Okay, I understand, like, not masturbating. Personally, not my thing. I'm married, I have a wife. I don't need to explain it much further. You don't want to know, it's none of your business. Let's leave it at that. If I can have sex with my wife, I will have sex with my wife. But their whole thing is, no fap means not ejaculating. Now, going back to masturbation, I can see where that can be an issue, right? Masturbation leads to that dopamine rush. It's instant gratification. It's easy. You don't really have to earn it, right? Like, that's the thing about dopamine. Like winning an event, hitting a PR in the gym, that takes work. So that is earned dopamine. Whereas things like cocaine, things like masturbation, things like watching porn, that's not good. Like that's just, then you get addicted to dopamine, all that stuff, right? And then you don't really appreciate the dopamine that you get from good shit, like winning, hitting PRs, getting a raise at work. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so bear with me. My argument, because I used to have conversation with these people. What do you mean these people? I used to have conversation with these people. And they were like, well, it's just sex in general. So they were abstaining from sex. Now, from a social standpoint, from an ethical standpoint, I'm a fan. Like, I don't like crazy amounts of body counts. I'm not a huge fan of anymore, especially as I get older and, you have kids. Like, I don't want them having tons of premarital sex. So I like it from that perspective. But like, let's say the whole boxer thing, like, should you ejaculate before a fight? Should you avoid sex before a fight? And then the whole thought that it kills your gains in the gym. So either way, I've researched both sides. Ejaculation causes positive hormonal responses. Not ejaculating can also cause positive hormonal responses. Yep, there's studies showing both. Ejaculation, for example, can release hormones that help you sleep better. Ejaculation can relieve pain, such as headaches. Lots of benefits. For men, ejaculation is great for prostate health. As someone who just got a colonoscopy and gets the old whoopty-whoopty every now and then because I'm over 40, you know what? You got to look at your prostate. But my reasoning's pretty simple, guys. I'm a pretty simple guy. Okay. Think back to high school. Think back to the star football player, the captain of the football team. By the way, I was captain of the football team. My wife was captain of the cheerleading team. Think back to those people, right? Or if you're in high, just look at that guy, right? He's him. He's getting laid all the time. Look at high school. Then look at college. In college, you had that frat boy. Always had his shirt off, six-pack abs, chest of a Greek god. That dude's getting laid all the time. In the words of the Hodge twins, before they went conservative, they was busting all kinds of nuts. All kinds. Here's my opinion. Just combining all of it, right? If you're single and you're lonely, yeah, it's a natural human thing. Do what you need to do, but I would refrain from doing it too often. Simply because I don't want that instant reward gratification response. I want your dopamine to be earned. And there's other ways to get dopamine. They always said, if you're horny, take a cold shower. Now we know why. There's actually data that cold shower increases dopamine right up there. Well, not quite as much as snorting cocaine. Don't snort cocaine, by the way. Okay. So thing is, if you have to do that, but avoid doing it too often. If you are married in a relationship and your significant other wants to have sex with you, do not turn them down because sex is awesome. Have as much sex as you possibly can. Okay, if you're in a committed, married, monogamous relationship, do what you need to do. Now, if you're single, it's your moral compass, man. All I can say is practice safe sex, be smart about it, and realize that when you settle down, that baggage is still there. And also, there's things that can happen with sex, like pregnancies, STDs. Like, you got to kind of keep those in mind. So, again, but from an athletic standpoint, if you are, let's say, training for a fight, if you are training for bodybuilding, if you just want to look good on the beach, if you're just exercising, the reason I started training, I always tell people there's two reasons I started training. Two, I was 13 years old. One was to get better at football. Two was to get pussy, with the latter being way more important to me at the time than the former. So with that being said, a lot of us start training to get girls. So why would we forsake the reason we trained to not, well, give it to our loved ones, so to speak? So with that being said, man, I've been married since 2002. Okay, I've been married for 22 years. Okay. Been with my wife, I believe, 28 years this September. It's a long time. I'm an old man. She's older than me by only 5 months. I tell her she's a year older. She's 44. I'm 43. So I say she's a year older, when in reality, she's 5 months older. Well, what's 44 minus 43? Simple math. It's like, God, you're stupid. Yes, I am stupid. When you're in a relationship, I will tell you this. I'll give you some advice. People will say sex isn't everything. I will say sex is a lot of things. I will say sex is probably at least 25% of the relationship. At least physical attraction and intimacy. I will say it doesn't have to be the actual act. It has to be, it has to be the intimacy part. It has to be the affection part. So when you and your spouse, I would never put gains above that. I will always take the opportunity to be affectionate and be intimate when you possibly can, because that's a huge part of your relationship. I've heard a lot of relationships when people are competing in bodybuilding go down the tubes because the person's not in the mood and they're too tired. So not only are they cranky and they're angry and they're not in the best moods, but when they could have that moment to get, you ever heard of like makeup sex? Yeah, it exists. I want to ask you guys a question. I want you to comment down below. Have you ever had a bad day with your spouse or your loved one or your girlfriend or whatever it is? Boyfriend. There's girls who watch this, 10%. And you were just mad at each other. And it seemed like you'd never get out of that madness, right? And then that night, you're laying down on your side, the spoon position, puts his arm around you, he's spooning you. Next thing you know, you're going at it. Tell me the next day that fight ever happened. Never did. Because intimacy cures a lot of that stuff. Couples who have good sex, I don't have stats for this, but couples who are really into each other and they're really like into each other from all vantage points, from mental to spiritual to physical, they just have better relationships. So with that being said, I know it's a bit off topic. If you're a married guy and you're forsaking sex with your wife because you want to make gains, you're completely missing the boat there, guys. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I want one more thing from you. Fruit cereal, MTS Way, is back in stock at Tiger Fitness. Fruit cereal. That gives us 8 total flavors. We have the 6-pound bundles you can mix and match. We have Ambrosia Nectar in stock. We have MTS Nutrition Immortal, the greatest multivitamin in stock. Look, I know you guys can shop anywhere for what you need. I'm not asking you to change your behaviors. If you buy vitamins, if you buy whey protein, if you buy branched amino acids, buy creatine, I'm not asking you to buy something you don't already buy. I'm just asking you to invest in us versus other companies, because we love you and we support you. And honestly, it's what we should do in this community. We should support people who support us. So I'm going to give you a coupon code for 10% off the entire site in honor of Fruit Cereal. The coupon code is FRUITY, FRUITY. Coupon code FRUITY gets you 10% off the entire Tiger Fitness site. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below. Let me know how you like this video. Share this video. Like this video. And of course, above all else, please shop at tigerfitness.com. Support us. Focus on 2 brands, MTS Nutrition and Ambrosia. And if you have time, it's the same company as MTS, the Outright Bar. It's a delicious snack. Flavor I'd recommend getting right now, man. They're all so damn good. Go for mint cookies and cream. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. That's not a game. Everybody here knows about the benefits of probiotics and digestive enzymes for gut health, for immunity. So I wanted something that I could eat after a meal. I always like something sweet after I eat, kind of like a dessert, but we don't want the calories. So what if we could create a calorie-free, naturally sweetened wafer that's delicious, that's chocolatey, that I can eat after a meal, I can eat anytime, that satisfies my sweet tooth, but also delivers the probiotics and digestive enzymes. So we have Machine Uptake. Machine Uptake, check this out, is a delicious chocolate wafer. That is so good. Calorie-free. What I do is after meals, especially those containing lactose, maybe whey protein, something that your body might not agree with, maybe you're a little lactose intolerant, maybe a little dairy intolerant, Machine Uptake is perfect for you. Get a bottle, try it, you'll love it. It'll become your probiotic of choice, and it's absolutely delicious.